Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 13th of January. Kandahar attack plotted by foreign elements, claim Afghan authorities. Traditional harvest festival celebrated across India. And now for all the details. A regional political party in southern India on Friday continued to protest against the ban on a controversial bull-taming sport. The sport had been outlawed by the Supreme Court of India after plea by animal rights activists against it.
India's regional DMK political party in Chennai city of Tamil Nadu province took to the streets demanding legalization of the controversial bull-taming sport Jallikattu before the harvest festival of Pongal. The apex court had outlawed Jallikattu in 2014, saying that it is cruel and not in keeping with what it described as the country's non-violent traditions. The protesters demanded the ban on the sport be revoked.
நடத்த முடியாத நிலைகளே தடைபட்டு போயிருக்கிறது என்று சொன்னால் நாளைய தினம் பொங்கல் இன்னும் ஒரு நாள் தான் இருக்கிறது இடையில. ஆக இப்பொழுது கூட குடிமொழிகள் போயிடல, நேரம் கடந்து போயிடல, இடையில ஒரு நாள் இருக்கிறது. இந்த ஒரு நாளில் அவசர சட்டத்தை மத்திய அரசு நிச்சயமாக கொண்டு வர முடியும்.
Unlike the Spanish version of the sport, the aim is not to kill the bulls but to dominate and tame them and pluck away bundles of money or other treats tied to their specially sharpened horns. The horns of the adorned bulls are wet before the event, and the animal is oiled, making it difficult to hold on to.
Staying on to news from India. As many as 25 trains were delayed, 8 were rescheduled and 2 were cancelled in view of the fog condition in the national capital New Delhi on Friday. Neighbouring provinces are also in the grip of a severe cold wave. The minimum temperature has touched below 3 degrees Celsius at various places. Cold wave conditions are likely to prevail over the next 2 days. While the bone-chilling weather intensified in Himachal Pradesh province as mercury plummeted in tribal and other areas. A fresh western disturbance is likely to affect western Himalayas region in coming days, and heavy snowfall and rain is predicted by Weather Department on January 15th and 16th. Rising unemployment level in Pakistan-administered Kashmir has left the educated youth of the region without jobs. Fear of poverty has pushed the youth to take up jobs beneath their caliber.
The rising level of unemployment in Pakistan-administered Kashmir has driven the youth towards doing odd jobs. A postgraduate from illegally occupied territory with a double master's is washing cars for the lack of jobs. A corrupt administration and absence of an industrial sector are some of the factors responsible for the degenerate condition.
हमारे वालिदैन के ख्वाब थे कि हमारे बच्चे पढ़ लिख के अफसर बनेंगे, इनको जॉब मिलेंगी, लेकिन हम 5 बहन भाइयों में से किसी एक को भी कोई जॉब वगैरह या नौकरी नहीं मिली है. उसकी वजह ये है कि इधर एक मेरिट की पामाली और दूसरी ये बात है कि रिश्वत और हाई लेवल की सिफारिश मांगते हैं.
Learning from his elder brother's fate, Malik Bilal has joined the car washing job with no hopes of earning a job based on merit.
करप्शन का दौर है, इस वजह से ये भी गाड़ियाँ सर्विस करने पर मजबूर हैं और अपने घर का चूल्हा जलाने के लिए इन्हें मजबूरन यहाँ पर काम करना पड़ रहा है. मैं भी यहाँ इनके साथ गाड़ियाँ सर्विस करता हूँ, कुछ ना कुछ यहाँ से कमा कर घर का चूल्हा जलाते हैं, उसी से बचाकर अपनी पढ़ाई भी करते हैं.
With no hopes of intervention from the federal government of Islamabad, locals have learned to accept their fate.
The terror attack in Kandahar in Afghanistan on Tuesday was plotted by foreign elements, Afghan authorities have said. At least 11 were killed and over a dozen wounded in the deadly attack.
The National Security Advisor Muhammad Hanif Atmar, who visited Kandahar on Wednesday with the fact-finding team to probe the recent blasts in the province, said foreign elements allegedly plotted Tuesday's deadly attack on the Kandahar guest house. Atmar said the attack was carried out with the support of the enemies of the country. He also confirmed that mistakes were committed that failed to prevent attacks such as the one in Kabul on Tuesday. Preliminary investigations indicate that the explosives had been produced outside the country and smartly placed in the Kandahar guest house. This comes as the provincial police said that the attack was carried out by the notorious Haqqani terrorist network with the support of inter-services intelligence, the spy wing of the Pakistani military. Several people, including 5 diplomats of UAE, were killed along with some key Afghan officials, and over 10 others, including the UAE ambassador and Kandahar governor, were wounded.
People across India on Friday marked the onset of the harvest with the festival of Lohri. Celebrated with dance and merrymaking, the festival commemorates the passing of the winter solstice.
The onset of the harvest season, when people offer prayers and thank God for the crops before harvesting them, is celebrated with different names across India. Celebrated as Lohri in northern India, it is one of the most popular festivities in the region, which is centered around lighting a bonfire. Food items like puffed rice, popcorn, sesame seeds, jaggery, peanuts and sugarcane are essential to the festival that are also offered to the flames as part of rituals. People gather around the bonfire, sing songs and dance to the beats of the drum.
लोहड़ी बड़े पुराने समय तो मनाते आ रहे हैं। ये आज साडे पूरी हिंदुस्तान विच बड़े धूमधाम नाल मनाई जाती है। जिस घर विच नवा विआह होया होवे जां कोई नवा बच्चा पैदा होया उस घर विच खास तरीके नाल मनाई जाती है। भुग्गा बालिया जांदा है ते सारे रिश्तेदारां नूं बुलाया जांदा है ते गिद्धा पाया जांदा है।
According to folklore, the flames of the fire are known to carry messages to the sun, which is why the day after Lohri is warm and sunny, bringing an end to the gloomy winter days. Lohri is believed to be the longest night of the year according to the lunar calendar.
The International Kite Festival in India's southern Telangana province is attracting scores of kite flyers from across the world. The skyline of capital Hyderabad city presented a grand sight of huge attractively designed kites.
A 6-day international kite festival began with much fanfare as it attracted scores of kite flyers from across the world. Enthusiasts from various parts of the world were on Friday seen battling to outdo each other, showcasing their skills in the festival, which kicked off on Thursday. Kites of various vibrant shapes, patterns and sizes dotted the skyline of the city, thrilling the spectators. Above 70 international and 40 national kite flyers are participating in the festival.
Oh, this is great. The support from the Telangana government has been wonderful. They've invited so many people from all around the world, including myself, and everyone is so friendly. The weather's beautiful, and we've got plenty of wind, so we should have a great festival.
I've been flying kites since 2004. For many years, I've been to different festivals, for example, in China. And I see here that kites here, it's a bit of local culture. It's something that is interesting also for youth.
Cultural activities were also held as part of the festival, where local dancers enthralled audiences with their performances. The festival was organized by the Provincial Tourism Department in coordination with the Kite Flying Academy.
Hundreds of Buddhist devotees from India and across the globe are taking part in the ongoing Kalachakra puja or Wheel of Time prayers in India's eastern Bihar province. Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, is presiding over the Buddhist prayer ceremony.
Tibetan spiritual leader the Dalai Lama presided over the sessions of annual Kalachakra Puja or Wheel of Time prayers in holy city of Bodh Gaya in eastern Bihar province on Friday. The Kalachakra ritual, an esoteric but very important Buddhist rite for activating dormant enlightenment, started on January 3 and will conclude on January 14. As part of the ceremony, several prayer rituals were held, which was led by spiritual leader amidst devotees including monks. The ceremony began at the UNESCO World Heritage Site Mahabodhi Temple, where hundreds of Buddhist monks and devotees from across the world gathered for the annual event, which has been previously held in India as well as abroad.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Kandahar attack plotted by foreign elements, claim Afghan authorities. Traditional harvest festival celebrated across India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.